Nobody wakes up one day and realizes they are being manipulated. It does not happen like that. It happens slowly, so slowly you do not notice. First, you start doubting your memory. Then you start doubting your feelings. Then you start doubting yourself. By the time you realize something is wrong, you have already been convinced that you are the problem. This video is not about obvious manipulation. It is about the kind you almost never see coming, the kind that hides inside kindness, inside concern, inside love. And by the time you recognize it, you have already let it change the way you see yourself. One difficult conversation does not mean someone is manipulating you. What matters is a repeated pattern that slowly changes how you see yourself. The first sign is that you always end up apologizing. You go into a conversation knowing something is wrong. Maybe they said something that hurt you. Maybe they did something that was not okay. But somewhere in that conversation, the tables turn. Suddenly, you are defending yourself. Suddenly, you are the one who overreacted. Suddenly, you're apologizing for bringing it up. And they walk away fine, while you sit there wondering how that happened. Psychologists call one version of this DARVO: deny, attack, reverse victim and offender. It's one form of manipulation where the person being confronted flips the situation so fast that you end up feeling like you are the one who did something wrong. And it works because it happens so quickly. Before you even realize what's going on, you're already on the defensive. The second sign is that your memory keeps being questioned. You remember something clearly, a conversation, something they said, something they promised, but they tell you it never happened, or it didn't happen that way, or you're remembering it wrong. And at first you push back, but it keeps happening over and over until you start to wonder, am I getting this wrong? This is gaslighting, and the reason it works is not because you're weak or stupid. It works because your brain is wired to trust people it loves. When someone you care about keeps telling you your memory is wrong, eventually you may begin to doubt your own memory, not because they're right, because trust does the work for them. The third sign is that you feel responsible for their emotions. When they're upset, it's somehow your fault. When they're in a bad mood, you're the one who needs to fix it. You find yourself constantly adjusting your behavior to keep them calm, watching what you say, watching how you say it, walking on eggshells without even realizing that's what you're doing. Over time, they make their emotional state feel like your responsibility, and slowly you stop focusing on how you feel because you're too busy managing how they feel. The fourth sign is that you have slowly become isolated. It didn't happen overnight, but slowly the people around you got smaller. Maybe they expressed concerns about your friends. Maybe they needed you around more. Maybe spending time with other people started causing problems, so you pulled back bit by bit until one day you look around and realize they're the main person in your life, and you got there without noticing.
Isolation is one of the clearest signs of manipulation, because an isolated person has no one to reality check with, no one to say, wait, that does not sound right, no one to reflect back what they are seeing from the outside, and that is exactly the point. The fifth sign is the one most people miss. You do not feel like yourself anymore. You used to have opinions, now you second-guess them. You used to trust your gut, now you dismiss it. You used to know who you were, now you're not so sure. And the scariest part, you can't pinpoint when it started. It just happened, gradually, quietly, without a single dramatic moment you can point to. That's how slow manipulation works. It doesn't break you all at once. It slowly rewires how you see yourself until the version of you that existed before starts to feel like a distant memory. Here's what you need to understand. Being manipulated doesn't mean you're weak. It doesn't mean you're foolish. It means someone used your kindness, your trust, and your loyalty against you. Those are not flaws. They're some of the best things about you. If any of these signs feel familiar, take it seriously. Talk to someone you trust, because a pattern matters far more than a single conversation. One bad argument doesn't make someone a manipulator, but 5 of these signs showing up repeatedly, that's worth paying attention to. Think about the last time you left a conversation feeling confused and somehow responsible for something you didn't do. Was that really your fault, or was something else happening? Drop that in the comments. You might be surprised how many people are thinking the exact same thing. If this felt true about something in your life, that recognition matters. Most people never name it.